My name is Jada.
Kai.
Liz.
And I'm Camille. Friends, how many of us have that?
Yes! So it's gotta be what is it?
Hot Tita Summer. Hi, everybody. You got Jada,
Liz,
and Camille.
And shout out Kai, who is not here with us today, but we miss you, girl.
Yeah.
We are calling all boss babaes and creative kabayan.
Your Tita Salita tribe is here to talk about what it means to be Tita.
And we are so grateful that you are here with us this week. If it's Thursday, you're watching us on FTV. And if it's any other day, you're either watching or listening on Spotify, watching on YouTube, listening on an Apple podcast, or whatever the case may be. Just make sure you like and subscribe, please. And thank you.
Yes.
How are the Titas doing?
How are the Titas? Well, I did just share with you guys because I've been away because I've been tending to my children's doctor follow-ups. And so far, everything is good. Everything's moving in the right direction. And that's why I've been away because I play mom too, right?
Yes.
Yes. Everything's good on my end.
Amazing.
But I have missed being here, guys.
Yeah, we miss
miss
you too,
you,
girl.
of course. Yeah.
I miss your laugh.
Yeah, seriously. Your reactions, like I could sit and watch a
Yes,
reel. Like,
yeah.
you know? Oh my god, I get so excited.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Amazing.
Good.
Well, you know, just rolling along. I feel like summer's not even here yet, technically.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely feeling the busyness. you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My
People
June's
are
like
all
blocked.
thought out.
Like, don't ask me to make
Right.
any more plans for
Yeah,
June. Like,
yeah.
That's
June's
it.
done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're about to start in a couple days. If anything, if we're going to hang out this summer, your best bet is like August.
Yeah.
At this point.
I think you're pretty booked for August
Right?
too,
Or
actually.
no, you're right. Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
double check my calendar.
I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I was literally having this conversation with my sister because we like to plan things with friends we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, let's plug something for June. And I'm like, oh, no. And then she's like, okay, August. And now we're trying to align August.
Right.
Like, what is a good date, you know? Because, yeah,
Can we
that's
talk
summer.
about that? Making plans with friends. Summer or not.
Yeah.
Adult planning.
Adult planning.
It's real. And honestly, straight up, if you're not down to hang out during the day, I'm probably not gonna
See you.
Yeah, like that's just real. Like I'm booking, I
Yeah.
book meetings and like everything's a meeting, but I book meetings at like 11 a.m., 12 p.m., whatever. Like
Yeah.
daytime is best. That's like a lost time. So if you're having a hard time like meeting up with friends and family, honestly, like if you can swing it, daytime is where it's at.
Me
Yeah.
too.
You know what I mean?
Same. I'm
Yeah.
the same.
Actually, you know what I do? Well, I don't do it all the time, but sometimes I do like 2-in-1s. So people are like trying to make plans with you, but let's say like, oh, I was gonna go check out this by myself or like whatever. I'm like, hey, come join me, like or something. Like, you know
Oh,
what I mean?
true.
Like I had to do that. This one girl, I'm gonna go because I got a new job, so I'm helping
Hey.
with this her pop up. Trending table for anyone out there who knows in Toronto. Lots of exciting events happening this summer, but I just joined their team, so I'm really excited for that. And I'm going to go check out one of their markets on June 8th. And one of my homegirls, I just haven't seen her in so long. I was like, just come with me that
come.
day. Yeah.
That's fun,
Then it's like a
though.
2-in-1, right?
Yes,
like
those are
selfishly,
so
but
good.
it's hard because the schedule's getting full now, right?
Yeah.
So
100%.
I do appreciate like in advance notice. Like I appreciate so much when people give me like 1 month in advance so I can
Yeah.
schedule it in and that's it. Once it's in the calendar, it's locked in. I mean, of course, things might happen still, but at least I already see it and we can then plan around it or whatever, right?
I have one group of friends. We have our date set in June, but like, and if this doesn't go through, like realistically, I'm not seeing them until like November, October.
Honestly, that's
Yeah.
Like it's one of
That's
those
real
groups of
life.
friends, you know. And I'm like, hey guys,
100%.
that's our one chance this summer, and if we don't, that's it. But
see you in Christmas.
yeah,
Seriously.
pretty much,
Yeah.
honestly.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's fine, guys.
Shout out to the friends who get it though. Because
Yes.
not everybody
Big
gets
time
it.
shout out to the
Thank
friends.
you.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
stay and get it and roll with it and understand it.
Yes.
Sometimes like an hour, dare I even say 2-hour phone calls. I don't know if you guys haven't done that in a while, but
Yeah.
sometimes like I call a friend and we want to make plans, and then we realize, oh, our schedules don't align at all. But then we'll sit on the phone for like an hour, 90 minutes, and then just catch up on everything. And it's like, you know, you can still connect with your friends.
On the phone.
Yeah, exactly. The comforts of your home.
90s are coming back.
I know, right? It's fine. Guys, you can still make phone calls.
Random question, 90s, it just popped into my head. Have you guys ever fallen victim to the three-way attack as a teenager or a young girl?
Wow. Yeah.
Was I a victim or was I a... Come on.
I'm dead.
The setup. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my
Kidding, not
God.
kidding.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Kai's always had a crush on Mace, by the way, but I'm not gonna
Really?
lie. Yeah, but
Oh,
I feel
interesting.
like he did. We watched a video once at her place. I have a crush on Mace, like not like hardcore. Like I think he's like a little cutie.
He is a little cutie.
And I also think his moment of truth is coming as well.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Anyways,
okay.
I digress.
Yikes.
Like whatever happened to Puff and Mace, right?
Oof.
That's what I'm saying. It's coming out because he has a podcast with Cameron.
He does?
Yeah, and like I don't know who. There's a girl that sits between them. I don't know her name and what she does, but she is part of the team. And Cameron's totally like kind of asked him questions, and Mace has done a really good job of kind of like
Deflecting.
not deflect. Like he addresses things without
going deep.
which I also think he's for his protection and safety as well. Like not going too deep, but I
heard he went to gospel.
Yeah,
He
you
went
don't
that
remember
way.
that?
Yeah.
I heard that.
He left the
To
rap
do
game to do
gospel.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah.
opposite of Puff. So
And I'm
obviously
pretty sure
something
Welcome
happened.
Back, that wasn't like that was during that stint, no?
I think it was afterwards. Like he was
Yeah.
welcomed back to the rap game. Like I feel like that's what that
that's
was.
where that came
Yeah.
from.
And what they point out too is like, oh, Mace turned to God after. Shine, after the little incident with J-Lo and the gun, he took the fall, went to jail. He also turned to religion as well. Yeah, so
Interesting.
But like, listen, we see that a lot with even Justin Bieber, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Justin
Remember
Bieber.
after all his like,
oh my
you know,
God.
his dare I say fuck boy? Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how else
Yes,
to describe
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Honestly, I don't know what the
Facts.
No,
proper
honestly,
terminology
it
is.
is.
That's what he
Literally
was
what
doing.
it was, yeah.
Right?
All of,
He
like,
was reckless.
I'm
Yes.
curious for his,
Yeah.
and he said that like before kind of like cleaning himself up and doing all that stuff. He said at one point like his life got so dark because he woke up and couldn't go an hour without grabbing alcohol, getting some pills. Like, but like Lord knows what that little boy saw when Diddy had custody of him.
Did he have custody of Justin Bieber?
Yes, he had like custody of Diddy.
That's common in those.
And
like,
there's like
it's
these-
crazy.
Yeah, there's
That's
these-
how R. Kelly got all those kids in his house.
Yo, it's wild.
I haven't got that
And
deep
there's
yet.
two clips. Like it's like Diddy and Bieber, and like Diddy's like, I'll give you this car like once you turn 16, and like
Oh my gosh.
Bieber just looks so like he's like a kid, like a teenager, and he's like excited and hype. And then there's like a follow-up video where like Bieber's like more reserved and like kind of quiet. So it's like again,
There was a shift.
Who knows what was done in the shadows? I think that's the case for a lot of these artists, and those are the ones that we know. Lord knows what happened to, you know, artists that were trying to make it or make an impression and get, you know, washed up in the shadows. But
Anyways.
all coming to light. What is done in the dark.
Interesting.
Welcome
And they're
to light.
saying that Jay-Z's gonna come down to that will be very
yeah.
interesting to watch. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I think about what's going through their lives right now as Diddy is unraveling.
I know one thing's for sure. Those teams are working overtime.
Oh,
like
100%.
Jay-Z's team, Beyonce's team.
100%. Like
They are working
clean that
overtime
up.
now. Exactly.
Yeah.
If they can.
It's like the scene in like the show or the movie where it's like a Ponzi scheme and everyone's shredding all the papers.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
Literally. Literally. All the evidence.
That's what I'm picturing.
Yes. No kidding.
my
That's
God.
probably
Right?
what's happening.
Like legit.
right now.
That's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's reference from something. Like, you know what I mean? Like wow. Wow.
Anyway, how did we even get? Oh,
Mace.
Mace, because we said welcome back. My goodness,
Look how
what
that
a way
just
to
happened.
trail off there.
Connecting all those dots. Constellation.
Yeah, and we didn't even know what to talk about pop culture. And
Oh my gosh. We thought we'd have nothing to say.
Oh man.
I'm gonna switch it from pop culture to pop art, though.
Okay.
Shout out to Kai
Yes.
because she just launched some amazing shorts
Yes,
this
girl.
week. We'll give a little clap for that. Congrats, Kai. She did that in collaboration with Elite Threads. So this is their second year doing it. Last year she had a palette. It was like more like blues, reds, and greens. This year it's like that Volt green that Cam is sporting. Hello. With some neutrals, but yeah, the shorts are fire.
It's fire.
I mean, anything that Kai does is fire. So definitely go check out her page or go to Elite Threads. Their handle is Elite Threads EL1TETHREADS. So go check out their pages, show some love, and cop a pair for sure. But yeah, so shifting from now pop art, pop stats, like Cam, I don't know what you want to call that, but
Popular stats.
Popular stats.
Popular stats. Okay, so
what we got.
Yeah, we're just gonna jump into it
Yeah,
because
let's
there's
do
no
it.
segue. So, the Ford government now is introducing a bill into legislation called the Homeowner Protection Act, 2024, which is, if passed, going to help with. Have you guys heard of notices of security interest?
No.
So sometimes when you go to sell your house, there's little things registered on title that you have to pay off in full beforehand.
What do you mean, the little things?
So maybe this has happened in your neighborhood where someone's coming and knocking on a door, trying to like sell you like a unit. They usually prey on neighborhoods where there's older people, and they have you sign up for some contract for some unit that's in your house, and then they register it on title so that when you sell your house and you don't pay it off, you have to pay off that contract in full.
Oh.
Yeah, like a lot of older people get stuck into these things. Like you can't cancel it. Like it's just a really strange scenario, which has been going on for a long time. So they're looking to protect people against that. And
protect their Lolos and Lolas. Leave them
you know what I
alone.
mean? It can happen
man.
to anybody, but it's happened a
sad.
lot to older people.
Yeah.
And this can be anything from like a water heater, an AC unit, anything like that. Those little extra. It's actually happened to my family. So
No way.
yeah, thankfully like the fee wasn't so big, but they definitely register on title, and you cannot complete the sale of your house until you clear that balance.
The more you know, guys. Be careful out there.
Yeah, I've heard of people paying like just tens of thousands of dollars in those
That's
things. It's
unfortunate.
devastating, but that's what this bill is going to help with. They're going to expire all the ones that are currently on title, thankfully, and just leave them as regular consumer contracts.
Nice.
Good.
They're also going to be implementing through this bill a 10-day cooling off period for purchasing of new homes. This previously, so this currently only applies to new condos, but they're trying to apply this for all new homes, right? It's like it's part of the consumer protection. So like you can change your mind and cancel that agreement. This will not apply to resale homes because resale homes tend to happen between private citizens, whereas new builds of any kind are between a private citizen and a builder, right? A corporate builder. Yeah. It's also going to help with the consulting of illegal building and selling, providing more transparency and public disclosure of when builders have developments that are canceled. Because right now you don't really hear about it until you see the abandoned lot, right?
Yeah, you're
and you're kind
right.
of just in the industry and
Like
you
what
know,
happened?
right? But they're going to have public communication around that, which I think is very important.
That's so important.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
And they also want to have more building allowed near transit, which is really important for those who don't drive. You know what I mean? And everybody in the city commutes. So.
For sure.
Right? So that's what we have going on right now.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty interesting stuff.
Well, we love when they're trying to do stuff for us. Like, you know, at least looking out for our best interests. Like those are positive things to definitely instill. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I noticed that they're building condos that are with like transit like lines.
Yes. 100%.
Like the Young Line, and there's condos, so it's super convenient.
Exactly.
That's important.
One of the developments that I've seen that's really dedicated to this is the Menke's Development Festival over in Vaughan.
Yeah.
Right? They have both, I think it's Zoom from Brampton, TTC, and the Viva all go there.
Yes. We were talking about that the other
And they're
time.
building an underground community similar to what you see at Union Station.
The Path.
Yeah, the Path. But they're building it up there for the residents.
Cool.
Yeah, you'll be able to go to school underground, just like through the path,
Yeah.
you'll be able to access grocery stores and the like. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like real estate is
What a
running out at the
dream.
top.
Yeah.
They're not gonna go under now.
And I think,
You know?
100%. And I think people are looking
ground.
for communities. Like, they're not just looking for a townhouse in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, you need to go to school.
Yeah.
You need to be able to
for
grocery
sure.
shop and stuff like that. Like,
within the.
you know what I mean? And a lot of these developers, sometimes they don't, they just kind of build there. And like, I was looking at some places in Pickering with a client, and it's just like, it's a 20-minute ride to school.
Yeah.
It doesn't
It's
make
crazy.
sense, right? But
Yeah.
that's what we
that's
got.
so convenient.
Yeah.
And it's to your point, like as we get older, like how convenient to just have everything within your area. You don't have to go out of your way.
Yeah.
When I was in Vancouver, my apartment, I was downtown, but in order to get to the train station, it was like, if I walked fast, 17 minutes.
Wow.
So can you imagine
Is
if
that
you're
far?
rushing? This was also, I mean, I'm sure they have Uber now, but at the time they didn't have Uber. To get a cab was just like such a headache. So, I know that's like such a small thing, but anyways, the point I'm trying to make is the convenience.
But that's
of
real life,
when you have
yeah.
everything
Yeah,
together,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, okay, definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why people like living in the city in Toronto. Because
Exactly.
everything is there. Everything's
Yeah.
convenient.
Exactly.
The grocery store, the school,
Yeah.
the playgrounds, like everything, right?
Exactly.
And that's why they're looking to intensify the density of the population in the city, because it's harder to build more infrastructure
That's
northern
true.
Ontario.
Exactly.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So all the stuff is here. We are going to talk about what's happening in the city. I want to know. There's I feel like everyone's calendar is full. The city's
Yes.
buzzing. What's up?
Well, since you asked, we have the SHN Zoo Day, a walk
Yes.
in the wild presented by Scotia Bank. So that is happening on Sunday, June 9th.
Yep.
And you will find your titas there. SHN Zoo Day is back for a second wild ride at the Toronto Zoo. And it's all in support of Scarborough Hospitals and the Love Scarborough campaign.
Yes.
So by registering, participants get a free lunch and entrance to the exclusive Love Scarborough Festival after their walk through the zoo with games, face painting, and activities for all ages. It will be a day of summer fun to remember. Plus, thanks to the incredible generosity of the Nanji Family Foundation, all donations are going to be matched.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
So we love that.
Wow.
Shout out
We
to
love
them.
that.
And that means your support of SHN Zoo Day will go twice as far for equitable healthcare in Scarborough, which
Wow.
we remember
Fantastic.
when Kayla was here last, she said we actually get the lowest amount, right? So it's events like this that are so important and vital for our communities. So if you don't have anything to do that day,
Yeah.
I say pull up
Show
for a good
love.
cause,
Yeah.
hang with us, and it's the zoo. So like,
Lots
who
to
doesn't
do
like
there.
going to the
Right?
zoo?
Bring your family. Bring your whole
It's
family.
Yep.
I used to work
everyone.
at the zoo. I think I shared that once on
Really?
an episode. I worked at the Harveys in Africa.
Oh.
So then I
Right,
had
right.
to pass the gorillas and tigers and hippo to get
Oh,
there.
cool.
It stunk, but like, yeah, it was the best. I love seeing
full
all
circle
them.
moment, girl.
Right?
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
so
wow.
cool. Oh my gosh, I remember. This was before direct deposit. I remember like payday. I had to like
Get a check.
still show up,
Pick
walk
up the
through, and to get like my $500.
Wow. That's balling back
Week,
then, though.
actually.
Yeah, that's when minimum wage was like $6 something. I
$6.50.
specifically remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
$6.
Wow, $500. Wow. That was also
time.
when the cost of living was much less.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my
for
god.
Not like now.
Yeah,
the way I
for
could
sure.
stretch $20 at STC on a Friday night.
100%. Like that was like you were feeling
Yeah.
nice with a
Exactly.
$20 bill.
Yeah.
Oh, Kayla's also hosting.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
the
she
zoo
is.
as well. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
see
yeah.
our homegirl.
Unfortunately, our
Yes.
Miss Cam won't be joining us because she's going for the con.
She's
I have
having
a
some
family
fun.
trip.
Family
Yeah.
trip, yeah.
Family trip. Nowhere fancy. I'll be in Quebec.
Yeah.
Still fun.
Yeah.
Still out of the city.
Visiting loved ones.
Bonjour.
There you go.
Bonjour, mes amis from Quebec, aka Point
Yes.
Goddess.
In case you're watching us, bonjour, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Comment
mes
ça
amis.
va?
Cam will be there soon.
Est-ce que je peux le
Oui,
toilette, s'il vous
oui.
plaît?
Oh my gosh.
Sacre bleu. All right, that's enough of that.
But what else? What else is happening?
Actually, Liz,
Yes.
we wanted to ask you because we saw you posted on your story
What?
please enlighten us on the Filipino Canadian Chamber of Commerce,
Oh,
because
yes.
that was all new to me, but exciting stuff. So please tell us more.
Yeah, so it's 7 years in the making. And really the goal of this nonprofit is to combine all like business and economic efforts, trade, and to support Filipino Canadian relations in business. So whether it's whether it's your restaurant in need of supplies or whatever, or maybe it's tourism, just all the ways we can help each other in Canada and the Philippines grow each other's
Philippines
economy
and Canada.
And Canada, yeah. Yeah. And so the reason why it's a federal entity, and so it will allow us to be able to make those connections, build those relationships on the federal level. And when you have the support of the federal government, then you can make things happen. And so the goal is really for that, and then hopefully trickle down to the local businesses across Canada, Filipino businesses across Canada, how they can be helped, how can they be supported.
Beautiful.
That's
Awesome.
So I'm really honored to be part of it.
Yes.
Bring in a fresh to kind of different perspective.
Yes.
Because there's a new generation of Filipino entrepreneurs being born, right? Like we love and respect everything that our previous leaders have done, but also the way doing business is changing. Everything's digital and everything is just the landscape is so different. So we want to bring that freshness while still respecting the traditional values which they set for us to operate businesses. Yeah.
No, I think you said it. We are in an era. There's way more entrepreneurs now. A lot more adults who have not taken the traditional route of, and obviously there's no shade towards it, but going to school and getting that 9 to 5. So I think having teams like this, making those connections, having those resources is definitely going to be very helpful.
And having someone that's in there kind of advocating too for this new generation of
and who's done it.
Exactly. I mean,
who's
done
it?
Well, it's just important to just have a voice at the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
They're always going to champion
They're lucky
that.
to have you.
I'm lucky to be part of it.
Yes,
Okay.
mutual.
Thanks, guys.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
So speaking of Filipino,
Yes.
in Toronto, it is the month of June. Filipinos don't know anything else but to celebrate and throw down, and I think that's what we're definitely doing in the city.
yes.
In the city. So with that said, there's a lot of markets happening.
Yeah.
So we wanted to share those with you. So we have.
Sorry, can I also just mention
go ahead,
that
jump right in.
June is Philippine Heritage Month.
Yes,
That's why it's popping off.
Yes, sorry for our
75
American
years.
friends.
Yes,
June's
in
our
Canada.
month.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's my birthday.
Hey.
Yes, true.
So May 31st, so this Friday to June 2nd to the Sunday, we have Pinay Tayo. So this is the first one. It's going to be at STC, Scarborough Town Center, but there is a total of 9 this summer.
Yeah.
So that's super exciting. Are you going to stop by this weekend? I'm going to...
On Saturday, I will. Yeah, to show love to the
Actually, let me know what time you're going. I'm going to drop by too. I just didn't know what time yet.
Yes, if you can.
Let's see, what else do we have? We have from June 8th to 9th, which is next weekend. We have Pinoy Fest at Albert Campbell Square.
Also in Scarborough.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that was behind the CC.
Because you didn't do folk dancing.
Because I didn't do folk dancing. And no, what do we call it? I don't know. I still just encapsulate that area as STC.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't know the official name for it.
But wait, can I just say that there's going to be a vendor there that I've been watching? At Filipino TV actually dropped in there for their segment. It's this Hawaiian Filipino-owned business.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wait, what are they called?
Biggie's Hawaiian. They have the shrimp.
Oh, yes.
They have the all the Hawaiian famous Hawaiian dishes, and they're only in the West. They're from the West End, so they're coming for that festival. I'm there.
Come to the East End.
I'm there.
Done. Okay, so that one is Pinoy Fiesta.
Yes.
Okay, definitely gonna check that one out. Also, do you guys remember when they used to have talent shows back there at STC?
No, they did.
No?
Talent shows?
I know. I vaguely
Just
remember
me?
something.
Talent shows?
They used to do talent shows, but then there were like 2 times where I think all the kids ended up like stampeding STC, and they're like, "Yeah, we're
That's
done."
it?
Yeah. This
much
is why
ruckus.
sometimes Scarborough can't have nice.
Yes.
But anywho, that just
funny.
sparked some memories there. Last but not least, we got June 15th to 16th. We have Tayo, which is an immersive cultural experience in North York Civic Center.
Yes.
So that's going to be really exciting.
That's a big one. Really exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, and then for all of our ballers out there, basketball lovers, June 28th to 30th, I think everybody, if you're Filipino and you're from Toronto, you've definitely already heard about this.
Yeah, you did.
You know it's coming, but we got Hoop Fest. So this is a big basketball tournament. It's powered through Filipinos in the Six.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to them.
Yes.
I still don't know who they are, but they're doing
You
an
mean who's
amazing
behind it?
job, whoever you are.
We're trying to find out who you are. Who's behind
Honestly, that's
in
the
States?
mystery. That's the Toronto Filipino mystery right there. They're going to have it at Havergal College. And they are working and partnering with Scarborough Shooting Stars and OBA. So this is going to be huge.
Huge.
You know, Filipinos love their basketball. So
Excited.
I think everybody's going to definitely turn out for this one.
Yeah.
And then for anyone out there, whether you have a business or food company, they have final vendor call by June 29th. So if you're interested, I say definitely check that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots happening this month, guys.
So if you're, looking for things to do with friends and family, catch up with people, join up at one of these festivals.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like you spend so much money already on food or like buying things.
Yeah.
So I love when you have events where it's like, oh, no cover? Great.
Yeah. yes.
Some may, but then I get it.
Yeah.
We are at the third segment, our relationship segment. And today, the relationship is with our parents.
We love them.
Even though we are adults, I don't think parents ever stop parenting.
No.
But a few things happened this week, so I wanted to ask you guys, what is the difference between wisdom, constructive feedback, constructive criticism versus unsolicited opinions? Do you know how to distinguish? Is there a difference? I don't know. Do you think it's all
I think it depends on the context of the conversation.
fair? Yeah.
I think a criticism is more like it. I don't know. It feels more like a personal attack. Sometimes.
No, for
I
sure,
don't know how
for
to say this
sure.
nicely.
Well, sometimes it can be like an attack, or sometimes I feel like in Filipino culture, it's that like passive. Like I'm just saying this, but it's but I'm really saying this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that can happen sometimes.
I'm sure behind it there's good intention why they're saying it, right?
Yeah.
And it's by default too, because they're your parent. They're used
For
to
sure.
making sure you're on the right track.
Yeah.
But when you're an adult, sometimes it's like, don't you think I know that already?
Yeah.
You know, like,
no, for sure.
Let me
for sure.
figure it out. Or
Yeah. I think it's a
yeah.
real thing. I also think, there's the generational difference. There's the cultural difference of like, how they were raised in the Philippines versus like the reality is we were raised in North America. So like there are going to be those differences of opinions.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a language barrier.
Yeah.
100%.
Sometimes I can tell, like as adults, I can tell the message that's being told to me. I get what you're trying to say. I know it's always coming from a place of love, but how you are delivering it to me right now, choose nicer words, or like maybe the tone, right?
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Sometimes like I get, I love you, mom and dad. No, I genuinely love them, but
yeah, we do.
But yeah, I definitely think that's just like something that we kind of have to deal with sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Or just knowing where the message is versus like maybe being allowed to or emotionally reacting to
Yeah.
the tone or pitch. Am I making sense? Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
totally,
Like
totally.
we have to weed out the message sometimes.
Yes, yeah.
And
without feeling offended,
Yeah.
because they mean well.
exactly.
And so, like, for example, like I recently had a conversation with my mom, and there's been a recent shift in my professional life, right? And so, like, I'm a full-time entrepreneur right now, right? And so, obviously, there's going to be challenges with that. And so, my mom had mentioned, like, why don't you just go back to a 9-to-5 job and have the benefits and have the security? And I'm like, yeah, I could do that, but will that make me happy? Will I stay there?
Yeah.
Probably not. Like,
Yeah.
Unless it's a job that I feel fulfilled in, that I have the autonomy to make decisions and practice leadership skills, because that's what I do as an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
And unless I have the capacity and the space to do that in a 9-to-5, I probably won't ever be happy. And so it's also reminding them in the right way and in a gentle way, but also in a way that's like, please understand that the reason why you had a 9-to-5 was because you came here to Canada to give us a good life, right?
Yeah.
And so my mom, like, I really had to tell my mom that. And,
For sure.
and actually the conversation was really good, because she then said, yeah, you're right, because we came to Canada so that we can survive and live and work hard so that you can have a future that you can thrive,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And so I said, exactly. So our purposes now are different, right? And I appreciate that that's what you did for us, because we saw you work so
100%.
hard.
100%.
But now it's like, why would I ever want to settle for something that I don't feel like is purposeful,
Yes.
or will make me feel like I'm achieving my full potential, if when I know that you sacrifice this so that I can have this life.
Yeah.
I want to like soar because you made the sacrifice for me to soar.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep, always.
And so when we had that conversation, actually, she was like, "You're right." She started crying, like welling up, because she's like, "You're right. That's exactly
beautiful.
why
That's
we
beautiful.
sacrificed our life and left our life in the Philippines so that you guys can have these opportunities,
Yes.
right?" And so these are the conversations. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, and sometimes it makes us mad and emotional.
Yeah.
But sometimes they need to be said, because then they realize, oh, yeah, like,
Yeah.
okay, it's okay then.
And she was just advising you with what she knew.
Exactly.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's what I mean with like kind of weeding out or pulling out those messages. But what a beautiful moment to kind of connect and like understand and educate each other and share, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of those conversations go the other way, unfortunately, because people are not able to properly navigate what it is that they're doing,
Yeah.
or like, communicate what it is
True.
they're doing. They don't want to share with their parents or whatever the case may be. No two people are alike, but I commend you for sure for having that very real, very necessary conversation. Those are the conversations that need to be had, especially intergenerationally. You know what I mean? And like, it's just crazy. I feel like, to answer your question about what's the difference between constructive criticism versus unsolicited opinion, unsolicited really just means like unwanted.
Yeah.
Right? That doesn't necessarily mean it's unwarranted. Right?
Yeah, fair.
Unfortunately,
fair.
and it like doesn't always apply, but
Yeah.
I'm speaking from the other side as someone who definitely sometimes provides unsolicited opinions and feedback to my sister. I do kind of have that as the ate. I do kind of have that relationship with her where she's like, she calls me dad, like as a joke, but like for real. You know what I mean? Because like we did grow up in a single parent household where my mom, just my mom and my grandparents though. But I do, I guess, in a lot of ways, just kind of try to fill that gap. And there's just things of, my sister and I have a very specific dynamic where she doesn't see me be vulnerable a lot. And I didn't realize that it impacted her because I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was showing her that I could be strong and like what it's supposed, like how you can be strong, facing adversity and that life can go on and all that stuff. You guys know me. I don't really show that emotional side for anything, for anything. So I feel like, just to kind of answer your question, I'm definitely that person to give that unwarranted or unsolicited feedback, and and it does cause tension. But I honestly, I know, and I'll say this to her time and time again, like I say things for your good,
Of course.
and because I've been through stuff too, and I didn't go through this for nothing. And I want what's best for you, and I'm not going to sit here and watch you not live your best life.
Yeah.
Girl, you just you humbled me. Because here I am, like, I'm like, don't you hate it when your parents do that? You know what I mean? But then I'm like, I'm out there too, and I definitely do that with my siblings. But I feel like for my personal journey, it gets tricky sometimes because I haven't achieved everything and I don't have everything. So sometimes, like, as much as I want to share my wisdom or give advice, I'm also like, are you even really listening to me? Do you take it seriously? Because like, well, okay, out there, like, you don't even have your together. You know what I mean? Like, and I have had times where I'm like thinking I'm being so helpful, but the reality is also like my siblings are like, okay, out there, like, you know, or she's just like nagging us again. So anyways, I think I'm just kind of beside myself. I'm just kind of taking this all in because I'm like, I have my opinion about how my parents treat me. But then I kind of have that your parent dynamic towards my siblings. So that just kind of gives me a lot to kind of sit on right now.
And also, and now that now that we're actually talking about it, I'm thinking because I have children, that maybe when they're older, they're gonna be like, Mom, what? You know, we'll have the same conversation about something else, and then I'll be like, oh my gosh, remember that time on the podcast?
Actually, you just said something that reminds me of something that happened this week, and I'm gonna try not to cry when I say it. But I was talking.
Janet said no tears. Remember?
I know, right? I was talking with Aiden, my nephew, and he says to me, we're just having like a conversation before school, and I don't know what he saw a pregnant person at Costco, and he's obsessed now with like, whose belly did you pop out of and all this stuff, right?
Oh my God.
Asking all these questions. And then he wants me, he expressed that he wants me to have babies and that he wants to show them how to be Taekwondo masters, how to be good kids that don't watch YouTube. Obviously, I lost it. Annette she comes into the living room. She's like, what is that? I was bawling.
Is the cutest thing.
Right? And then after school, like, I know that it's important to him because after school, I was talking to Justin, trying to explain to him what happened. And Aiden interrupts and was like, yeah, talk to him. And I'm like, oh, you want Tita to have babies? He's like, yes, twin babies.
Oh my God.
I lost it. I don't stand a chance with this kid.
So
absolutely, they're watching.
Yes.
Absolutely what they're doing. He's going to be Kuya.
Yes.
And he's ready.
He wants to be
know
Kuya.
What I'm saying? Like,
how adorable is that?
My goodness.
Something's brewing. I'm
Soon,
just
Aiden,
saying.
soon. I'm just kidding.
There's some kind
of
of...
Right? Welcome to Hollow Hollow, the game where there is no Hollow Hollow.
I was about to say that. Like, Hollow Hollow segment where we don't have Hollow Hollow.
I mean, if you have Hollow Hollow and you want to sponsor Hollow Hollow,
we
will take the Hollow Hollow.
Yes.
We have a media kit now.
We'll take Hollow Hollow. Okay, especially these summer months.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Liz, you're gonna bring it back in. So numbers 1 to 26.
Let's go 10.
Sampo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
The most adventurous thing I've ever done was probably, I'm a pretty safe, conservative, boring person, honestly. I didn't ride roller coasters till I was much older. And so, yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm scared. I'm a scared
I was hooked.
Really?
Ghoster Coaster at Wonderland.
Yeah.
That was my first roller coaster.
That was my favorite one.
They took me and I was like, I'm hooked. Like,
that
was it. I love
I'm
roller
not the
coasters.
one.
Yep.
But okay, I'm zip lining through Costa Rica.
Yes.
Yeah, I did an 11 zip.
Fun.
11 line zip.
Beautiful.
One after that. And I was very scared at first, but I was like, I'm in Costa Rica. When am I ever going to come back? Let me just zip. And then it ended up being like amazing.
The view is like,
we were all at the top, rainforest with the monkeys and everything. It was so cool.
Love that.
Wow.
That's on my bucket list. I want to do. I've done zip lining in Vegas, like old Vegas.
You did that?
Where?
That's what I want to do.
No way.
Because I've done real zip lining, but I want to do that one. Because like all the thing and the song, like.
Well, yeah, because it's old Vegas and all the lights, especially if you go at nighttime. So
Maybe
like
we'll try
that was cool.
Yeah.
But I want to do over like a jungle of some sort or somewhere tropical.
Amazing.
Okay, the titas are going zip lining.
Yay. We're going to Vegas.
Oh my gosh,
Go to
Vegas.
Vegas. Oh my god.
Titas in Vegas.
I'll be in bed by 7.
Not in Vegas.
Oh my gosh. I don't belong
There's
in
a big
Vegas.
Filipino population in Vegas, okay?
There is.
Is there really?
There is,
Oh.
yeah. I mean, Jabberwocky's from Vegas, remember?
Oh,
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jabberwockies. What a
Right?
time. Yeah. That era. What was the show called again?
So you think you can?
So you
dance?
think you can dance?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Was it that one?
No,
Isn't that-
America's Best Dance Crew.
Oh no, that was it. That was it.
Yes. With Mario
The
Masks.
Lopez.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, how about you guys?
Okay.
Most adventurous thing.
Most adventurous. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it counts. Like at Wonderland, the thing that like the fake bungee jumping at
Oh,
Wonderland.
that's pretty adventurous.
That one, yeah.
That's scary. I would never do
Also,
that.
Never.
I don't know for
No.
anyone who hasn't done it, because when you're watching people go up, it's like, okay, they're going up, 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 up. Like when you're watching it, it seems like at a decent speed. When you're strapped in on your belly, hanging in the
go?
air, it's so fast.
I'm getting
It's like pulling you
nauseous.
back.
I'm literally
cannot.
getting nauseous. I can't.
I would never.
No,
Three,
no,
two,
no.
one,
Absolutely
fly.
not. No.
And on top of that, someone from the group is the one responsible for like
Letting you go.
pulling the cord to
Oh
go.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Whew.
I
feel
guess,
sick.
yeah. I mean, that's the most, I think, like dangerous. Like you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this, even though it's like a controlled area.
environment.
But that's the first one that came to mind. So
Okay.
that's my answer. How about you, Cam?
Adventurous. If we're talking like physical adventure, then yes, definitely ziplining. I went in, I think it was Dominican Republic we went. And then we also went, it was more scary in Florida because we went
Oh.
over like crocodiles. We went to like a crocodile park.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then there's like some like crazy bridge over crocodiles we had to walk through. It was just nuts.
Oh.
So that was
Jeez
really
Louise.
scary.
Yeah.
But if we're talking like, I don't know, just general adventure, I would say like quitting my very cushy full-time job and becoming an
yeah,
entrepreneur.
that is
Yeah.
an adventure.
No,
That was
that
an
is
adventure.
that is an
100%.
adventure.
Still an adventure. Like it's
Still
still
an
happening.
adventure,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like that
100%.
hasn't
Walk through
stopped
the jungle
yet.
right now.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's Jumanji. I'm
100%.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
I mean, we trying to slay all
I need
these
someone
dragons.
to roll the
Yeah.
dice and let me out.
Yeah, yeah.
Please. You know?
We
Like,
trying to be like
Yeah.
life.
What
in
an
the
adventure
jungle,
of
you
life.
must wait until the dice read 5 or 8. Someone roll a 5 or an 8.
I was trying to remember. I was like, I'm trying to remember one of the lines from Jumanji, and I couldn't.
Oh my gosh.
Fun fact: I made a Jumanji box.
Oh,
I made my own Jumanji game out of a shoebox as
Oh
a
my
kid.
gosh, you're so
but we would just
creative.
recite the lines from the movie and then like reenact the scene.
I love that. Oh,
That's what he did.
so cute.
I actually think that's a very scary movie.
I know.
Yeah, it's very
It
scary.
was really- it
it's
was
genuinely
really happening.
scary.
Yeah.
There's-
Did you guys like the new Jumanji, the
I did
remake?
not
I
watch
didn't
it.
watch it. Yeah.
Honestly, I enjoyed it. I think
yeah?
it's worth
Is it
the
good?
watch. I especially appreciate remakes when they're completely different from the original. Like you pay homage, you know, you have all the references, you bring back some characters, but the new Jumanji series completely different. I like how they modernized it through video games
Oh.
as opposed to like a board game, which
Right,
is
true,
our
true.
era.
True.
But yeah, no, I think it's worth a watch if you guys are ever bored on a random night. I think it's something good.
Amazing.
It's
Yeah.
done well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right, Cam. 1 to 26.
Oh my gosh, let me look. Let's do 17.
17. What's the last book or movie that made a significant impact on you?
Oh, I like this one.
Grave of Fireflies.
What's
that
what's
about?
that? Grave of Fireflies.
It's an anime.
Oh,
I didn't even know you were into anime.
I know. Cam.
Does Kai know this?
secret anime? What?
Does Kai know this?
Stop, guys.
I am thinking about Cam like in like Comic Con.
I've been. I dressed
This
up.
just in.
I'll show you.
Evidence. We
I need to
need
see it.
evidence.
We'll post it on the story.
Please. Oh, I do remember you saying you liked Sailor Moon in an episode.
Yeah.
But that's everyone likes Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
That was like
yeah.
our like before school show you
Right,
watch and then you go
right.
to school. But
Okay.
I found
I
a
have
song
a
called
few at
Sailor Moon,
home.
by the way. But yeah.
Really?
Her name's Layla. Anyways,
Oh,
That's
my
funny.
new.
Oh,
Leia
But
is
so
her
wait,
name.
why would you say that? What was the question that?
Oh, why it
influenced-
impacted
Yeah,
me?
Yes,
It was
yeah.
just, it's literally, I'm not even kidding, the saddest movie probably in the world. Like I've never, it was just so heartbreaking. It takes place, I think it has to do with like when one of the bombs dropped or some type of Japanese war. And then
Hiroshima?
yeah. And like you just go through this boy and his younger sisters, like she's very, very young. I'm not going to say much
Okay,
more
okay, okay.
because it's very intense, but it's just, you just go through their little journey there, through that little pocket in time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then it ends. Like it's just a lot. That's all I got to say. It's a lot. And like,
Yeah.
I don't normally think about war or anything like that. You know, I don't really study it or anything like that. I'm not a
Yeah.
history buff, but it really did open my eyes to just the realities of how those things impact children and people in
sure.
general,
For
right?
sure.
Because these people were orphans, and it's based on, I think what killed me is that it's based on a true story.
Okay.
The person who wrote the story, it's
That
his
was my
story.
next question. If it was
Wow.
fiction or
Yeah,
but it's based on.
I'll like read the synopsis after the show.
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't know, man. Like it's the saddest movie ever made. Like I
man.
remember just
gosh.
watching it, and at the end, I was like, "What's that noise?" It was me. I was that noise. Like just like very, very, very bad. Yeah.
Oh man.
Devastating.
Okay.
But that movie, that's the last
But,
Okay,
movie.
okay.
but an impact, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
I think
yes.
that's, you know, whether it's a happy ending, sad ending.
Exactly.
Right? It's about the impact and then kind of what it leaves you to think with, right?
And Bring It On.
And bring it on.
I'm dead. Wait. Oh, book or movie? I was like,
Yeah.
there's a book?
No. That's my favorite movie.
Oh, that's a
So
good
funny.
movie. That's a great movie.
It plays in my head
All
constantly.
the
Oh
time.
my gosh.
Every day, any given moment, there's something going on.
What is it about Bring It On?
It's Gabrielle Union. It's Kirsten Dunst. It's the dynamic. It's the eloquence in which Gabrielle Union speaks in that movie. Because the creators of the movie tried to make her a little bit more ghetto, and she specified. She said she's like, no. I would never say that in real life.
Right.
Like,
Oh,
I'm
I
going to
love
talk like a regular
that.
person.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
not
You know
know
what I mean?
I
Like,
did not know that.
Just all the things, and like just I've never, for me when I was younger too, like just seeing that on TV, the athleticism, seeing
Yeah.
her, just all of it, the songs, the choreography.
Yeah, the competition.
That was like a
When I was
teen-
younger, the hot guys,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like all
whole
of it.
thing, yeah.
And because we don't get that, like, school spirit
Yes.
here in
Yeah,
Canada,
yeah.
I just thought it was so cool.
So
Like,
cool.
I think it was
yeah.
the timing. Like that's a teen. Like
Oh,
that was
yeah.
like a teen movie staple for
Yeah.
our era.
Yeah.
One, two, because we're Canadian. Like to your point, we don't have team spirit like
Yeah.
that, or like have cheerleading competitions the way the U.S. does. And I don't know if maybe this is the Filipino in me, but like even though it's cheerleading, it's still like some form of like dance competition,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which like is also low key one of my like fantasies,
you
like,
like.
you know, where it's like, oh man, I would love to go and have like a you got served, like we won the championship
yeah.
type, you know?
Yeah, we love
so
those
I think
kinds of
that was
movies.
what was like that so enticing and like that fantasy-esque for me for that movie too. So.
right?
Yeah.
There's something about it.
So
but,
good.
yeah. What about you guys? Quickly?
Book, I would say, I mean, it's cliche to say this one, but The Alchemist was a big one for me
Oh, yeah.
because it's just, you know, coming from a typical school background and then having my creative journey and then your entrepreneurship. So just all those themes that kind of go in that book tied into my life. So
Nice.
yeah, definitely made an impact on me.
Okay, that's
All
good.
right. Good hollow
That's
sash,
good.
y'all.
That's really good. Yeah.
And with that said, we're going to sign out. Hope you guys have a great week. And until then, ingat.
Got a little